If you're an auto shop owner in Arizona, I've got a question for you. And the answer could seriously change your bottom line. Let's jump right in.
All right, let's just get straight to it. Right now, are you paying for 100% of a new technician's training? I'm talking about every single dollar of that payroll for the first month, maybe two, maybe even 3 months, while they're still learning the ropes and not quite turning those billable hours? If you said yes, hey, you're not alone. But here's the thing, you are almost definitely leaving money on the table. There is a state-funded program out there designed for this exact problem, but honestly, most shop owners have no idea it even exists. So today, we're going to change that. I'm going to show you how to get your piece of the pie. Okay, first, let's just all agree on something. It's tough out there. We all know Arizona has a massive technician shortage, right? You're fighting for this tiny pool of experienced master techs, which means a lot of the time you have to build your own talent from the ground up. And that costs money.
Bringing on someone with less experience, it's the gamble. It really is. You're paying them a full wage while they get up to speed. And at the same time, what about the techs you already have? The cost to get your B or C level guys trained on new EV tech or to get those new ASE certs, man, it just keeps going up and up. It's a huge hurdle for any shop. But what if I told you that costs didn't have to be all on you? What if there was a system already in place, not as some kind of handout, but as a real strategic tool? I want you to think of it like this. It's like having a government-funded partner helping you build your team. It's called Arizona at Work, and I get it. As soon as you hear government program, your eyes might glaze over. But forget all the bureaucracy for a second. Its real job is super simple. It's there to connect employers, that's you, with the resources you need to take the risk out of hiring and training. It's literally the state's infrastructure for building a better workforce. And through this system, there are really 3 key tools your shop can grab. First, there's what's called on-the-job training, or OJT. Bottom line, it's wage reimbursement when you hire someone new. Second, incumbent worker training, or IWT. That's funding to help you pay to upskill the team you already have. And third, they have support for setting up more formal apprenticeships, those earn while you learn models. Now, all 3 of those are great, but I want to zero in on the one that can make the biggest, most immediate splash in your bank account, especially if you're an independent shop. I like to call it the small shop multiplier, and trust me, it's a total game changer. 75%. Just let that number hang in the air for a second. We're not talking about a small discount on some tools or a tiny tax credit. We are talking about your single biggest expense, payroll. So what does this 75% actually get you? It's pretty straightforward. If your shop has 19 or fewer employees, and that's a lot of us, you can get up to 75% of a new tech's hourly wage paid right back to you during their initial training period. This just crushes the cost and the risk of bringing on somebody new. Let's actually see what this looks like. On the left, you see that big bar? That's your typical cost to bring on a new person. Every penny of that comes straight out of your pocket. Now, look over to the right. That little bar? That's your cost when you use the OJT program. That huge gap between them? That's cash that stays right where it belongs in your business. Okay, so this sounds amazing, right? Almost too good to be true. And you're probably thinking, why isn't every single shop in Phoenix doing this? Well, here's the deal. There is a catch, and we've got to be honest about it because this is the exact spot where most people throw in the towel. See, this funding isn't just free cash dropped in your lap. It's a structured reimbursement program, and that means paperwork. Yep, you have to get pre-approved before the new hire's first day. You have to create documented training plans that show exactly what skills they're going to learn, and you have to play by the rules when it comes to federal and state compliance. And let's be real, if you're a busy shop owner, that administrative stuff, it just feels overwhelming. You're trying to juggle techs, service writers, parts orders. You don't have the time to become an expert on federal wage and hour laws. This right here is the #1 reason why this money just gets left on the table year after year. But what if you didn't have to be that expert? What if there was a way to build a bridge over that gap, connecting your shop directly to the funding that is just sitting there waiting for you? The process is definitely complex, but the solution can be really simple. Look here. On the left, you've got all those headaches, the pre-approval, the training plans, the deadlines. But on the right, you've got the answer. It's all about using a partner who lives and breathes the stuff. Think of it like hiring a dedicated compliance manager for your shop, but only when you need them.
They're the ones who talk to Arizona at work, handle the paperwork, and basically just remove all the friction so you can focus on running your business and still get the funding. Here's the key takeaway. The money for this program is already there. It's been allocated. It's sitting in the state's account. The only question really is whether your shop has the right infrastructure set up to go and capture it. And that brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. As you start thinking about your hiring plan for the next year, for 2026, don't just think about finding the people. Think about how you're going to pay for them to become productive, valuable members of your team. So let me ask you, is your hiring plan funded? Because with the right approach, it absolutely can be.